Okay. All right. We can do this. We can do this. I'm going to do this. So many of you have requested for me to review this movie for years now, and I have always pushed it off. There was a time period where I was never going to review this movie. And I have already restarted this video multiple times because I don't know if I should publish this video. But after so long, I wrote this one down. I was like, I'm going to do it this year. And so here we are. Probably the hardest video to ever publish on my channel.
You think he's dead?
They never are.
Jeepers Creepers.
Released in 2001, we are talking the classic horror film, I would say, Jeepers Creepers. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. I do not support Victor Salva in any way, fashion. I don't care. So I don't want to hear or see any comments for this video saying, you reviewing this movie is supporting that director. No, I do not. That living piece of shit can burn in hell all I care for. Fuck him. I am not dedicating this review for him, but I just want to make this clear. I am reviewing the movie. Fuck that dude. Burn in hell. I don't care about him. I'm reviewing Jeepers Creepers, the horror movie. Okay? I'm making that as clear as possible. And if I see any comments that are just discouraging me as a human being for doing this review, I will delete your comment, no question. So there we are. There's that part. Let's just talk about the movie, okay? Let's talk about Jeepers Creepers because I like this movie, okay? I have always liked this movie. I even like the second one more than this one. I would love to review the second one, but I've never wanted to review this movie because of Victor Salva and what he has done in his life. Fuck that dude. So, alright, this movie is a classic horror movie in my opinion. I've reviewed most of the most famous, iconic killers for my horror Halloween special reviews, but I've always left out Jeepers Creepers, and I myself find Jeepers Creepers easily one of the most underrated, scary icon monsters we have in the horror genre. Seriously, I find Jonathan Brooks' performance as Jeepers Creepers one of the best, and it all came from this movie, which also gave us Justin Long, our male scream queen that I always love dearly seeing in horror movies. Him and Gina Phillips play brother and sister in this movie who are on the road, and all of a sudden this mean truck just beeps their horn at them, almost runs them off the road, and from that point, for the first 2 minutes of this movie, from that to the end, there is an eeriness to this movie. The atmosphere of this movie is truly just scary. Like there's such a mystery to this movie because if you know nothing about this movie, you're just thinking, oh, there's a killer in the truck driving. He's killed some people, threw him down a well. We have a murder on our hands. If you progressively watch this movie, you find out Jeepers Creepers is a monster that can fly and eats people. It is truly disturbing and gross how far this movie goes. For 2001, I love a lot about this movie. So starting with the major pauses beside like the atmosphere, like I said, Gina Phillips and Justin Long, brother and sister duo in this movie are awesome. Their chemistry is so good in this movie. I mean, it instantly clicks. As soon as the movie starts, they're in the car, they get beeped at by this truck. There's an instant like fear factor there, and then they are talking about their relationship, going back home, and just it's instantly good dialogue, good acting from these two, and you care about these two throughout the entire movie as they are on the hunt for Jeepers Creepers, or morally Jeepers Creepers hunting them, because I love that they are good people. Yes, we're all in the movie theaters like, why would you turn around and go to that well? Just keep on driving. This movie makes them out to be good people. Like, hey, someone might be alive in that well. We can't just drive away and let that person die. And I get it, as a horror person, you're like watching, you're like, just don't go down there. But they do such a good job making them good people that when they go back, you buy it for the most part, I would say. And when they discover the dead bodies, they go to town, they try to figure out, hey, there's this killer on the loose, there's a guy in a truck, and there's just this eeriness about this town. I love the scene when the woman calls him on the restaurant, and Justin Long's like, what the hell are you talking about, lady? And this lady is completely explaining, like, you ran into him. You're fucked, basically. He smells you. He's gonna pick you out. And I love that the movie just builds and builds on Jeepers Creepers. And then we get the scene of obviously him killing these cops, ripping their head off, eating them. It just defines everything of like, we're dealing with a monster here. And I find that stuff really cool. Yes, some of the CGI doesn't hold up watching it tonight on Blu-ray. I have to admit, it just doesn't look as good. But again, it was released in 2001, so for that time period, it probably looked a lot better. I think the makeup for Jeepers Creepers is iconic. I love that his eyes are pure white. It's scary as hell in that scene with the old woman and the cats. It is such an intense moment of him walking out of that shadow, staring at our two main characters. It's so scary to me. As a kid, I saw this movie very young, and it scared the shit out of me. It was so scary. But to me, the scariest scene in the movie is this. Some of you are probably thinking, Jacob, that is not scary at all. For me, that is terrifying. To be on the road driving and looking at somebody while going car speed 45 miles an hour or more and just looking, and then him turning and just staring at you while you drive by. It is the scariest moment in the entire movie. I love that moment. And then all of a sudden you hear the truck just turn up and they storms out of there after them. It's just, I love it. That is literally one of my favorite scares in horror history, is just him staring at them while they drive by. And you can't see him, and you saw the body, and you know this guy's not a good person. I love that shit. And then the end of the movie, which I will give this movie all the credit for doing this. You think for a horror film, yeah, it's gonna end up them killing the monster. Nope. That's not how this ends. Jeepers Creepers wins in the end of this movie, kills Justin Long, rips out his eyes and takes them. And the final shot is iconic, showing Justin Long's body. The shot of showing this old factory, and you hear Justin Long's screams. It's so eerie. The atmosphere of this movie is terrifying. And like I said, the final shot is just it's iconic. It's like, damn, that's how you end a horror movie. You sick fuck, it had to be you who directed this movie. Now for negatives, I will admit this, and this is just me personally. I've never liked the idea of the song. The song in the end is fine with me, but when the woman says, when you hear this song, he comes, whatever, I don't like that. I like that in the second movie, they completely get rid of the whole song subplot idea. I've never liked that idea. I don't care for it. I like the whole idea of him sniffing you out and him you making his priority. All that's fine with me. But the song having to be there, not my favorite, honestly. I don't like that. But besides that, this is a 90-minute horror film that is at a great pace, great performances, a great monster, really sick, disturbing ending, really scary atmosphere. I really like Jeepers Creepers, man. I have always liked this movie. It's just because of the director, I've never wanted to do a review. But I've done it. I'm doing it, and now I've did it. I'm going to give Jeepers Creepers an A-. And if this video does well and you guys want to hear my thoughts on the second movie, I would love to do a Jeepers Creepers 2 review next Halloween. I do think the second one's better. I prefer the second one. If I never get to review it, there's my review. I prefer the second one, and I think it's better. But of course, it's directed by Victor Salva. Of course it is. Fuck that dude. Man, if you don't know the history, I'm not going to be the one to tell you. Go and do your research and look it up yourself. He's disgusting as fuck, man. Fuck him. Ugh. Horrible human. But anyways, I've done it. I published the review, even though I'm still weeks away from publishing it. I have one more Halloween review, and of course, it's going to come out on Halloween this Friday. So, hope you guys have enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.